Lord, and let God that you will hear what's being said and taught in the Spirit of the Lord. Amen. I will be repeating some things I said on lesson number 1.
Thank you.
On who is your shepherd, if you were not here on last week, to bring you up to par. Who is your shepherd? This is a word for God's children. Who is your shepherd? Amen. This will be lesson number 2. First, let's discuss what is a shepherd. These are some things we discussed on the previous lesson. What is a shepherd? Listen, a shepherd is a person who tends and rears sheep. That's what a shepherd is. But the question is this morning, who is your shepherd? What are you allowed to lead you, and what is it that you are following? And if it is not Jesus Christ, you have broken your allegiance unto him. You should not be following anyone but Jesus as being the children of God, because sheep are referred to as God's children as well. So a shepherd is a person who tends and rears sheep. Now, what does it mean to tend? To tend means to have the care of, to watch over, to look after, to manage the activities and transitions of. You done heard people say, oh, well, I got to get back with you later because I need to go tend to my children. Tend to my children mean I'm going to see what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing back there. I need to watch over their activities, look after them. I need to manage them. That's what a shepherd does. He's constantly managing and watching and looking over us. And what is he looking out for? That old wolf that might come at any time and try to snatch one of the sheep. Now, what is a sheep? A sheep is a domesticated ruminant animal with a thick woolly coat, an animal who has a tendency to follow others in a flock. So one of the sheep's natural tendency is to follow. So if we are truly God's sheep, one of a sheep's natural tendencies that they're going to do this regardless. They're going to follow. So we shouldn't have a problem following Jesus if we are really a sheep. Because that's one of the natural tendencies to follow. Sheep don't fight, they flight.
Yes.
And in males, if it's a male sheep, he has horns and he's known as a ram. So a sheep is an animal that has a tendency to follow with a woolly coat. But see, the problem about in Christ, we got a lot of sheep and they acting like goats, but they really sheep. And then we got a lot of goats acting like sheep, but they're not really sheep. Now, what is a goat? A goat is a domesticated ruminant animal that has a backward curving horn, and if he's a male, he has a beard. And he is known for his frisky behavior. He's really frisky and playful, full of energy. That's why a goat to eat a can, anything, he gonna never starve. Eat your tomatoes and eat your rope. And that's the first thing when Jesus returned, he said he's gonna separate the goat from the what? Sheep. Gonna put all the goats on the left and the sheep on the what? Because we mix right now. Who is your shepherd? What are you allowed to lead you? In a Christian's life, the shepherd that we claim allegiance to is Jesus Christ. That's the one we claim allegiance to. But some have allowed other things, situations, and gifts to become their shepherds, not realizing that they are drifting into a danger zone. Listen, anything, what's the first commandment? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Anything you allow to take the place of Jesus, you are drifting into a danger zone. But the bad part is we don't know that we have allowed these things to replace Jesus. That's why God said, who is your shepherd today? Now, Jesus says himself that he identifies himself as the only shepherd to God's children. We're not going to read it right now. We read it last week, but just for homework, for those who weren't here, just read John, the whole 10th chapter. Jesus said that he was the only door to the sheep. And he said that my sheep, he says, hear my voice and they follow me. So now if you Jesus' sheep, the only voice you're going to follow, according to what Jesus is saying, is his voice.
That's it. Amen. That's it.
Now, we got to be real careful, and we got to get to the point, church, all of y'all, we need to hold each other accountable, other Christians, what I mean. For example, if you know that a person is not holding their allegiance, because allegiance is to Jesus, because you do other things on Sunday doesn't make you a bad person or don't make you not be a Christian. But according to Jesus, it's not in your makeup to do it. Right. He said his sheep follow his voice, and a stranger's voice they won't follow. That's what Jesus said. Amen. Pastor ain't saying this. Amen. So if you have a Beyonce concert on a Sunday, at the same hour your church starts, and you bought Beyonce tickets, you need to really, I'm not saying you're not saved, and yes, you can be saved, but you really need to examine yourself, because it's like you calling Jesus a lie. Because remember, look to them and say, your pastor ain't wrote no Bible. See how I get in trouble? People say, well, the pastor, he talking about we can't do. No, pastor ain't saying nothing. I'm telling you what Jesus said. He said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger voice they won't follow. He said, he's talking about only his sheep. He ain't talking about other people's sheep. Amen. Now that's so elementary. I don't know how you. Now once you accept Jesus Christ as your shepherd, then you should say what David said: the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Now it's personal. That means you have claim. And I know sometimes we forced to do stuff with our jobs. We ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about stuff you signed up for. And the preacher, you know me, I think good of every member. I'm thinking you really somewhere because they making you beat up. But God knows different, and he'll say, well, you preach about it. I don't know how you living or what you doing, but God doesn't. That's what these look. He said, who you shepherd? Because whoever your shepherd, when cancer come, if it come, when you lose your job, when you outcast, when you're feeling sad on the inside and depressed, you better make sure your shepherd can heal you. Amen. If Henry Ford can heal you, so Henry Ford your shepherd. If Nissan can do something for you, let him do it. Whoever your shepherd is, make sure he's able to deliver on the day of deliverance. Jesus, my God, my shepherd say, all power been given to me in heaven and earth. Now if you living in the earth, your shepherd ain't got all the power. My shepherd does. Amen. He said, anything you ask the Father in my name, he said, I'll do it. Amen. You have not because you ask not. Now, if you know God's greater than that God, you go on and follow it. Amen. Who you shepherd? He said, I give unto them eternal life. They shall never perish. Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. That's what Jesus said. Nobody can pluck you out of my hand. And he said, my Father which gave them me is greater than all. Who shall be able to pluck them out of my Father's hand? I and my Father are one. The only way you get out of Jesus' hand, if you want to get out, you jump out. Well, ain't nobody going to snatch you out. So who's your shepherd? Watch. In a Christian life, the only shepherd that we claim allegiance to is Jesus Christ. But some have allowed things. It's amazing how God can give us things, then we turn on Jesus. He bless us to get stuff, and then we get it, we don't forgot about him. Watch this. As believers, we need to constantly and continuously remind ourselves that the gifts and the blessings we receive as a gift from God were never given to us to replace God. When God bless you with your husband, your wife, your children, your job, your house, your car, your promotion, your degree, your raise, whatever, it was never given to you to replace God. It was given as a gift, but those became our new shepherds. Some of us was better off when we were single. You couldn't beat them to the church when they needed a woman or when they needed a man. Huh? Some of us. Some of us was all right when we was overweight. We wore 700 pounds. Couldn't breathe. Some of us were all right when we was broke, didn't have no money. Used to give $4 faithfully on the envelope. Now I don't give nothing. You know if you weren't going to get nothing else, you was going to get them $4. Some of us was all right when we was frying chicken and then get our own stove. Now we got our own stove. We can't come to church. We got to go open up. I'm trying to show you it's calm. See, the devil sitting back and laughing at us because he say, you know what? I'm just going to get him in a new car. He ain't got to put no disease on us. He ain't got to come tempt us with nothing. I'm just going to give them stuff. And the stuff going to become their new God. Satan is at the bottom of the list. You was all right before you had your baby. Now you got a baby, you don't know how to act now. Everything about the baby, not the baby, the baby. Don't bring the baby to church. Who's your shepherd? Watch this. The first commandment God gave his people is to have no other gods. Tell your neighbor, no other gods. No other gods. Not your house. Not your car. Not your spouse. Not your mate if you're not married. Not your money. Not your job. Not your children. Not your pastor. Some people, oh, my pastor said, what did Jesus say? My pastor, some people, they pastor, they whatever he say. We say over here at House of Praise, keep y'all on the master, not the pastor. My church, some people, that's all they do. My church, but of course you out the minute. My church, that's their shepherd, they church. Not the love of God in their heart, they church. They proud of their church because they got so many amenities. Yes. Oh, some people they help. Some people they not. You can't tell them nothing. They got a degree. You can't tell them nothing. And whatever your shepherd is, your gifts, call them blessings. Listen, in America, we ain't hurting for nothing to know America. We're in the land of plenty. You can go to the store with $3 and make groceries. Well, I could. I don't know about you. I give me a gallon of juice for 99 cents. That's something to drink. I give me a loaf of bread, the no-name kind, and a pack of wieners. That'll hold me till I can think about where I'm going to get the next $3. Now, if I want to drink tap water, I give me a carton of eggs, a loaf of bread, and some wieners. But I get the brown eggs. I ain't get the white. Look, they think I get brown sometimes. The browns are cheaper than the white. You do know that, huh? The browns are always cheap. Nobody want a brown egg because it ain't popular. Don't go to nobody's house and they laugh. You talk about, well, you got chickens in your backyard. It's the same egg. If you starving in America, it's because you lazy. You can eat in this country. Listen, remember the words of Jesus when he said, watch this. We're on lesson number 2 now. Jesus said, wherever your treasure is, we talking about who's your shepherd. Jesus said, find a person's treasure, you'll find their heart. Amen. Where's your treasure? If I find your treasure, I'm going to find your heart. Let's look at Matthew chapter 6. Look to them and say, he ain't going to be long. He ain't going to be long. I find your treasure, I find your heart. And I hope your treasure is in Jesus. Amen. Don't have any treasures laid up here on earth. Lay all your treasures in heaven. Matthew chapter 6. I'll give you the verse in a minute. I'm going to show you what Jesus said. If you want to find out where a person's heart is, find out where their treasure is. Only you know what treasures you have on earth. And if it's not Jesus, I want to get you to change it today. Because Jesus said, if it's not him, it's either going to rust or the thief going to take it from you. Matthew 6, verse 19, when you finally say, bless his name. Look what he says. This is written in red, so that means that's Jesus talking. He says, lay not up for yourselves treasure where? Upon the earth, where the moth and the rust corrupt, or where thieves break through and do steal. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither the moth nor the rust corrupt, and where the thieves do not break through nor steal. He said, don't you have no earthly treasures down here. I don't care how nice that car is, how big that diamond ring he bought you. I don't care how big your house. Whatever it is you got that you consider your treasure, your prize, jewel, you need to get rid of that in your heart and replace it with Jesus. Amen. Because he said what's going to happen is either going to fade away or the thieves going to take it from you. Amen. In other words, you can't take it to heaven. He's not. Now, the things that he gives us are meant only to enjoy, but they are not to replace him. And most people let these things replace him, and that's what God get angry with us. What does the word treasure mean? It means a place where goods and precious things are laid up or stored. A place where goods or precious things are laid up or stored. That's what a treasure is. And Jesus said, don't have no treasures on earth. Your shepherd should be Jesus. Everything else you have are gifts from God. You got to remember that your husband is a gift. Your wife, your children, your job, your health, your wealth, your car, your knowledge, your degree, your diploma, your education, your ethnicity, your sex, your gender is a gift. He could have made you a man, but he wanted you to be a beautiful woman. He could have made you a woman, but he wanted you to be a strong man. It's a gift because he didn't have to do it. Paul said when you got here, you didn't have nothing. And he said when you leave it, certainly you ain't taking nothing with you. That's right. I ain't never seen a funeral with a U-Haul in it. I haven't yet so far. Now I know why people talking about save up for retirement. I'm spending mine as I go. That's why I got insurance. If I die, you get the check. Boom. Buy what you have. I ain't saving nothing for no retirement. I'm buying. He called me home. I'm going to all that money I saved. I got my business straight. She gonna be taken care of if I leave for her. But I'm eating mine while I'm here. And then look, when you get older, you look at that change. Well, they ain't gonna tell me, you know, you get your full Social Security when you 65. I think. What is it? 65. You always time to go home. I'm eating mine as I go. I ain't saving nothing for retirement. At 66 years old, then they're gonna tell you they're gonna put a cap on how much you can make. Well, let me go and eat mine now. When y'all look, if I go for y'all looking at cats, I'm gonna tell them, put a smile on my face. A little chicken grease right here. Don't cry for me because I'm happy right now. If he called me tonight, I'm ready. I ain't having no, I'm eating mine up. I don't drink or smoke, but I eat good. Talking about saving for retirement. For them to spend, I'm spending it. It's mine. You gonna get my Social Security, which is gonna be good, and that life insurance check, which is gonna be real nice. But the retirement is mine. I ain't saving nothing. Eat that joker up. I'm getting ready to close. All you keep doing what the world says. Ain't no do. You gonna leave for somebody else to enjoy. You ain't gonna get nothing out of that. Saving. Yeah, you need some emergency money in case something break down. But all I don't need no $30,000. I'm dying. Leave you $3,000. That's what the insurance for. Handle your business. When people die, you go around begging and all that. That's crazy. Ain't got insurance but got satellite. I'm gonna help somebody. And insurance is cheap. It is really cheap. That's right. You ain't gonna probably pay over $70 a month unless you got $1 million policy. If it's under $1 million, you ain't paying over $7 a month. Watch this. The greatest shepherd for a lot of people, the greatest shepherd, we're not talking about Christians now. The greatest shepherd for a lot of people in the world is not Satan, as many people would think it is. It is the world. people love to follow the world and do what the world is doing, not what Satan is doing. And what the world do will cause you to get in trouble with God, because he tells us not to love the world. If Satan was your only problem, it is so easy to get rid of Satan that most people won't do it. Do you know how to get rid of Satan? The Bible says submit to God. Say, Lord, I'm going to just trust you from now on. Submit to God. Tell the devil no. And he will flee from you. You mean I ain't got to go to no conference in South Africa? No. Submit to God. Submit to God. Say, you know, Lord, I've been serving the devil. I'm going to serve you from now. Submit to God. Tell the devil no, and he'll leave you alone. It's that simple. You mean to tell me I didn't have to tithe $1,000? No. I fast every Monday for Satan to leave me alone? No. You just submit to God. And resist the devil. For homework, read James 4:7. Listen, if a person does not want to be a follower of Satan, or if they don't want him to be a part of their life on any level, all one commanded to do is to resist or reject him and submit oneself to God, and Satan will flee. You cannot ask for a more simpler method of getting rid of the devil. It's so simple that most people won't do it, because they think they got to do more. Will he still come mess with? No. If you submit to God and resist the devil, he's going to leave you alone for a season. Now, he will return, but when he returns, you submit, show him that you're still submitting to God. Amen. Not that when he come back, he say, oh, I see you pick up your old habits again. Amen. You got to really submit to God. Now, you can tell the devil, I'm trusting Jesus, and he's going to say, okay, well, I'm going to put this drink right here. I'm going to see if that was your thing. See, because he's going to fix a tray for you. Whatever on that tray is your thing. You know the only thing on that tray is your thing. Amen. Okay, well, I'm going to see if you really submit. I'm going to have old Bob text you later on. Amen. You know, Bob used to move you a certain way. Don't make me get deep in the spirit now. I'm trying to stay on. Look to the left side. He's trying to stay on the surface. You're saying you submitting to God, but that old devil know you ain't really submitting, so he's going to come back. Huh? You shouldn't be struggling over the same old stuff. It ought to be, if you're going to struggle, let it be some new stuff. Or not be the old stuff. It's so simple, most people won't do it. We are commanded to not love the world or the things that are in the world. For the world, this is why God, I'm closing. The reason why you commanded not to love the world, because the world in its fashion will fade away. Amen. See, because what you're doing, if you betray God for the world, then when God comes to destroy the world, what you left with? Then you're going to be sitting there looking at God like you've been baptized in pickle juice. Because what you used to love is gone now. So it's just you and God now. When everything you love, that house, that man, them children, that money, that education, all that's gone, it's just you and God. Then what you going to say? While everybody else getting in and you standing there looking at everybody. You ever went somewhere and everybody was enjoying and you ain't had no money, you looking like you looking pitiful. That happened to me. We went to the rodeo when we was young, but we had money, but I spent all my money soon I got there. I ain't watched no cowboy book, no horse. I'm already eating me some nachos. I didn't know the rodeo was that long. About halfway through, everybody going to concession stand. I'm going, but I ain't got no money. And that feels nasty. You know, everybody getting a drink, and you standing there looking at everybody like somebody, ain't nobody buy me nothing. They look at me like, little fat boy, you better get away from me. I'm sitting there looking at everybody enjoying getting some nachos. Now, they ain't my money soon I got there. Halfway through, you gonna get hungry. You don't enjoy. See, that's what we do. We enjoying this world and everything, and we ain't got time for God. And then when God stop everything, then you sitting there looking like, wait a minute, what's going on now? We going to glory. What's going on? Well, your friends, well, all that stuff, and he gonna burn it up. The Bible says, with a fervor, he gonna singe everything.
Yes.
It don't seem like worshiping God is paying off right now. Keep serving it.
Amen.
We are commanded to love not the world. Let me show you that. Then we going home. 1 John chapter 2. We are commanded to not love this world because it's going to fade away.
Amen.
But before you go to 1 John 2, go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 real quick. So I can show you that the world was in this fashion. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. The world will fade away in its fashion.
Amen.
When you finally say, bless his name. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, look at verse 31. Look what he says. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of the world, what happens?
Pass away.
The world, as you know, is going to pass away one day. And if that's all you love is the world and not God, when this world pass away, you're going to be left behind.
Amen.
Now let's look at 1 John chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 15. Most of y'all know this scripture anyway. Love not the world, neither the things that's in the world. Now he's not saying don't enjoy the world. He's saying enjoy it, but don't love it.
Amen.
You can enjoy the world because he gave the world to us as a gift. But don't love it, because when you love something, that's when you be loyal to it. When you love something, you loyal to it. So you can't be loyal to the world and loyal to God. Because Jesus said no man can serve what? Two masters. Because you're going to hate one and hold the other. He didn't tell you don't enjoy the world. He tell you don't love the world. 1 John 2:15, when you finally say bless his name. Look what it says. Love not the world, neither things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You can't love God in the world. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Is not of the Father, but of the world. And I'm closing with this. We are commanded to love God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind, and with all our strength. That's how we are commanded to love God. Amen. With all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind, with all our strength. This kind of love will be difficult to do and follow God and keep his commandment with achievable. We are commanded to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind. With this kind of love, if you love God like that, it will be difficult for you to betray God. When you love him like that, you will remain loyal to him and will not abandon him when you love him like that. Amen. It's hard to betray a God like that when you love him with everything within you. More than likely, you won't betray him. Now, he's not saying don't enjoy the world. I'm telling you, enjoy the world, but don't love the world. That's right. Because you can't love or be loyal to two masters. Amen. That's what Jesus said. You will hate one and hold to the other. Who is your shepherd? Make sure that it is Jesus. And all the other things that God allow you to experience and to have were gifts to you. They were never meant to replace God. Amen. Give the Lord a hand clap.